a long time as well on other teams that we've seen him on, and the Pantheon is ruthless of a pick, but can his and Shun's matchup really affect the way we think it will?
Wukong Cyclone into a Galio ultimate into an Equalizer into a Culling, and it's GG's around Grubs. So you need to make sure you're comfortable. But Xiaoshu could be the target here.
Oh, they're gonna go for the dive. They actually execute it pretty cleanly, but the Shadow will be there. At least a little bit of damage back. And you have Tien with the follow-through gank. He does take an extra turret shot, but they get it in the end. It just took a little bit longer, but first blood for Weibo.
Into their own win conditions, Weibo getting a bit more power to play those side lanes like their comp really wants to do with that Taliyah and Pantheon macro duo, and JDG getting a bit more late game scaling by starting to stack those dragons. I don't think anybody's going to be too unhappy with this result.
Yeah, I think both sides are pretty happy. They're like, yeah, it's going really well for us. How about the other guys? I don't know. I only care about me. As Pei's going to get chunked in mid lane by Xiaohu.
Yeah, it's still wasting a lot of time from Shun and even Xiaoshu here to be able to catch the wave on the bot side. So overall, still a slight win here for Weibo just to be able to push that tempo a tad bit more. But at the end of the day, objectives still traded exactly as we expected. So no major loss on either side. And look at the gold difference. It's basically completely even as we enter the 10-minute mark here.
Along with the Dark Seal, I like it. But yeah, that Sundered Sky is going to be a pretty big spike for Tien. We expect him to feel really confident now as we do see him use the Grand Starfall in bot lane. Going to catch out Xiaosu, who is not ready for the Grand Starfall gank, the CC chain, the seismic shove, and that'll be another kill given to Tien. JDG really want to fight this one? They would love to have Scout. I mean, he's level 11. He's pretty darn tanky now as well, but I don't know if that's going to be in the cards.
Yeah, he's stuck catching that top wave right now. Breathe.
Oh, the all-in. Pei's in trouble. Pei's getting locked out, and here comes the Grand Starfall in the back of it. The CC's there, and a third kill goes to Weibo. The feats of warfare have been completed.
And again, the objective going over to Weibo, dragon stacking done. That is a huge, huge win for Weibo Gaming. We'll see if Shun wants to continue to play aggressive. The backs came in.
Oh, he's going for the 50-50, but it gets locked down by the ground. Xiaohu sets it up to get Tien the dragon. That means Weibo can back away with no punishment. Incredible, incredible decision-making from Weibo right now.
Their vision control and moving it over to the Rift Herald that they'll start up, but with a Death Bush coming in potentially.
Shun has an angle now, might be looking for it here. Trying to get into the fight. Xiaohu is gonna just have finished his evolve. Crisp almost gets hit by the concussive blows there. In the end, Tien loses this jungle pressure, but he goes in for the fight. He's trying to catch out Sun, but it is the clone taking a ton. That's a big equalizer in the middle of it all. Crisp getting low. They try to take down Tien. He's going to get a kill first, get the heal from Sundered Sky, but still dies. Now it is going to be the trade for junglers. Heroic entrance finally coming in. Xiaohu gets locked in his own. He can't move. He's literally stuck in his own rocks like a glacial prison, but it's his own. As Breathe is moving in now, trying to clean this up. This is where the Aurora really comes alive, but Light is also picking off kills. Xiaosu gets 2, but he gets gunned down by Light in the end. It is a bloodbath and a 3-for-3 in the end.
A very chaotic fight. There was a lot to go over there in terms of things that went right or wrong. Breathe though, just barely
so
not gonna catch that Lucian, but kind of a disastrous fight for both sides that ends up working out okay. I think all things considered, the gold going perfectly over to the side of Weibo.
Maybe some of that disconnect that Weibo have had so far this split. Xiaohu and Chris, as well as Tien, gonna go pay a nice little visit to Scout. Oh, he gets hit into it, the seismic shove from Xiaohu, but is he tanking up to outlive it? Oh, and the rocks go wide. Tien takes the last tower shot, and Weibo missed the dive.
There's that 177 CS coming into play with some tank stats, being able to keep him alive. Will unfortunately still be the tower going over for Weibo. Still a positive play overall. But yeah, that is feats as well. So definitely still a win for Weibo, but at the very least, Scout will be able to walk out with his life. Definitely an uphill battle for JDG, but we talked about it. The scaling is still on the board for this team.
It is indeed. Oh, we see a little play in mid lane. Breathe has initiated it with the Between Worlds. The seismic shove going to get flashed out by Pei's, but unfortunately, Duo has been left to the Wolves.
Consequential for the gold, but Duo going down means no contest on this dragon. Of course, it is only second Drake, but Ocean Soul is on the table now for Weibo Gaming if this game goes long enough. That scaling element that JDG have, definitely neutralized with a couple Ocean Dragons getting stacked up by Weibo, so some proactivity. But 1.5k still salvageable, at least for now.
Side lane play. It's going to find Scout again. Is he tanky enough to walk out of this one? I don't think so. As he will be slowly taken down to the dirt by Tien. It's going to be JDG starting up the Atacon on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a very greedy play coming in from Weibo. They are going to, I think, just almost entirely lose it for this, but Tien's going to try to ult in.
Yeah, Light and Bree just going at it here. They just pulled JDG off of the Atacon in a 2v4. No way. It's going to go. Oh, my God. Shun gets it. Okay, that's worth it, Shun. I'll give you that one. As Xiaosu uses an errant setup of his equalizer, they'll lose a lot of the pressure they just gained. They literally just got the Atacon, but what do they lose for it? All the presence in topside and an outer turret.
For them, but still a lot of time left to play for. Anything can happen. Weibo going to be getting soul point on this Ocean Soul for free here. So they pick up that third dragon. No real counterplay to happen. It's just going to be vision set up on the top side for JDG, but another big grab for Weibo.
Said in this matchup that maybe was there the entire time that does matter so much is that momentum that both junglers love to play for, that every jungler in the LPL loves to play for, and they do end up finding some of that momentum in mid lane. And the jungler coming in over the top just to make sure, though. Tien's getting bursted down, tries to go in on Pays. Pays is dodging beautifully. Tien's gonna get away, does end up getting the speed burst, but the equalizer coming in very sideways on that one. Xiaosu's gonna want that back. Heroic entrance coming in on Shun, who did go deep. They turn, they try to get Chris, they do get him down, but now you gotta get out. The escape tools from JDG are used. They get the pick and they get away.
Together, Tien actually jumping out of the redemption heal from Chris, but see if we can make that second play happen here.
Oh, the culling. Oh, Chris just goes to the place. It pays. You have overextended. You've overpaid. As now Tien gets the kill on him after he goes in with a flash, gets the execution over this series, as well as the next one.
Yeah, you gotta feel the pressure of the situation in front of you, but JDG feeling the pressure now. Starting to push into trying to control this river for Baron.
Oh my God, Breathe just keeps fighting between world angles. Xiaosu just gets completely obliterated. Breathe goes golden, and Weibo have full health bars here. Okay, man, they can't do anything. Korean Starfall's coming in. Weaver's Wall, that combo's coming through, and it's right on the Scout. There's the equalizer coming back. Crisp is overextended with that Magnet Storm, and Weibo didn't have the damage.
Oh,
now
Shun!
JDG turning it around. Heroic entrance coming through. Shun leading from the front with the rest of the team, buying him a little bit of time. Shun goes down. They try to get Tien. Tien's getting shut down to Pays as Breathe finds another kill. He's on a double right now, looking for a triple. Does end up giving the kill over to Light, and Weibo still find a way to win.
Weibo Gaming did look a little bit precarious at the start of that fight, but it ends up really working out, and now Pays.
Oh, he might actually have the angle here. Oh. He tried to get the flash play, tried to get the kill on a Pays. Don't get him, but they get the soul. And this entire time, K-Man, Light has been gunning. Team fight that they drafted for. It's got to come sooner rather than later. It is all 10 members around this Baron pit, but Weibo decided to
flash.
Whoa, goes over the seismic shove, goes for the kill, but Grand Starfall's coming right back in. That's going to be Tien joining the fight. He has a lot of breathing room here. He's got the GA available too, and the Heroic entrance has come out too late. They don't end up saving Dwa, and then now Weibo feels so confident to move forward. Equalizer's going to be in there. Magnet Storm going to follow through here soon, but it's actually not. Breathe finds another angle, gets another kill, and it's a double kill going the way of Light. Xiaosu, your goldenness does not mean anything to Weibo as they wipe another fight, and now they will claim their prize of the Baron.
That might be the game one bell tolling right now here for JDG as the last-ditch effort to try and compete with the Baron is pulled off by Tien. You know, he goes deep because he has that GA available to him to be, you know, afforded the luxury of diving into 4 members by himself. Unfortunately, Zhuo, trying to play as aggressively as he can, ends up falling just a little bit too quickly. No more peel coming in from the carries means a free fight win for Weibo Gaming, and now they're not just getting the Baron, they're pushing down this mid lane inhibitor as well.
Trying to get the inhib turret at least. They will get the Baron. Took a little bit longer since only 2 of them got it in the end. No matter how tanky Scout gets, no matter how tanky Dwo gets, they're just getting shredded either way. And I think it's so difficult to approach these fights when you don't have that front line. You are a comp that wants to scuffle, that wants to fight. And Weibo have taken that away from JDG in game number 1. Weibo looked to get another inhib turret down. Now they're looking to push multi-waves here, about 1 minute and 40 seconds with that Baron buff. They're going to look for a play on a Pays. Pays immediately has to dash away. Not going to use anything else there. But there will be 2 inhibs falling. And Elder Dragon in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
There's just no way to keep this base safe with this Baron buff. This is already a comp that burns down towers so quickly, but it might be the game.
Shun! Shun doesn't even exist anymore on Summoner's Rift. He's been erased from the history books of this game number 1. And Weibo, they have their prey in sight. They know they want to win this series. They want to go ahead and lock up that 5th seed, and they're about to take that first step towards that. They can take down JDG. They get a nice taunt from Scout. Scout trying to layer in some of the damage. Xiaosu going forward, but he doesn't go golden. He doesn't have the Zhonya's completed, and that just means Weibo can completely turn this on its head. Tian gonna go in. Still has the G8, by the way. Still hasn't been popped. It's gonna be a couple more kills. A triple going the way of Light, and an absolute domination from Weibo Gaming in game number 1. 9-0-7 for Light, 6-0-10 for Breathe in the top lane. And the carries are pumping tonight for Weibo. But I think now you'll have to think about how much pressure the York can bring in the side lane for Breathe, how much he can kind of have that win condition going in the side lane for Weibo, where they also have so much fight starting ability. Equal terms in that way, or do you feel like the fights really go one-sided in that early skirmishing at level 6 for either? As Breathe unfortunately doesn't get the early message that he's getting ganked. Will try to stop Shun, but he uses the Eastall's impact to get through it. Now Breathe gonna save his flash till the last second, potentially going for it, still dies! Shun gets the kill at first blood for JDG. Deploy the bot lane to the top side for JDG.
The standard lane swap has come in here at 6 minutes as TN does claim the dragon.
I gotta ask you though, in terms of the meta we've seen as we see both bot lanes going to the top side, are you happy that, you know, lane swaps still exist in some form?
I think that there is. It's certainly better than it was before. I think that that's fair to say.
Oh my God.
TN,
A little bit of lane swap. Rooney with the jungles coming into mid lane. Pressing guard's going to be there, but he had already hit Tien, so Tien doesn't get knocked out. Flash play from Xiaohu, and Timbers helps get the kill to Tien.
Now kind of gets pushed out of this top lane here. Weibo going to have priority because of their bot lane. Light is actually going to be level 6 for this fight alongside Pays, but it's Tien who can be caught out.
He ends up flashing, still gets locked down, going back over to the red buff, but just trying to get over to Crisp. They're going to try to fight this one now. The red buff had been claimed. It stalls impact onto TM. He's getting locked down. Tries to get Pays. The wind becomes lightning, and lightning strikes twice. They got one. TM's still alive. He finally gets locked down. The bailout comes through. He is still going to die. But in the end, it's a Weibo day of fortune as they take a couple kills. See a little bit of that there, though I will say, nice move from JDG to try to get this grub stack going. They at least got the one, so we won't get full grub control from Weibo, but at least 2 of them will go over.
Yeah, that's a huge play for JDG to not allow all 3 grubs to go over to Weibo. There's no way you can ever fight this with the gold that's gone on to both Xin Zhao and specifically the Annie with the boots completed here. You really can't afford to try and take an exchange, so you know, nice of them to at the very least get something out of it, but
Crisp is way overextended. He's going to flash, but he still gets locked down by Duo, and they're going to take the engage counter from Tien as the bailout coming through, but it's not going to save him because they weren't able to get Pays in the end. They do get Shun. Tien is just running rampant through everybody. Xiaohu. He's going to get the spell shield from Pays, but they still get another kill onto Duo, and that kill goes to Light. Scout has shown up. He has Chains of Corruption, but it feels a little bit too late, just like Scout in this entire split.
It does look like they want to try and set up for this. Again, if Weibo really starts stacking these dragons, it becomes very, very difficult to push forward the flash.
Oh.
No one's there.
Going for a really cool play, but it didn't really matter. As Chains of Corruption comes down onto him, he's going to lose a chunk of his health. Pays is trying to move over. He's popped on the hunt. They go straight in on Xiaosu, who's trying to be this damage tank.
Oh, the
and
Impale.
now Tian gets locked in for the Impale, but the Crescent Guard buys so much time. They're going to have the bailout on him as well. He's going to get it popped. He does try to kill Shun in the end, but it's the trade of junglers as now 2 for 1 in favor of Weibo, and they're going to run down Scout, and they get him in the end over the Blast Cone. A double kill for Breathe. Xiaosu ends up killing Light on the back end of the play as everybody abandoned their ADC. Easter class Renata play here so far in game number 2. It's been feeling really good to watch from Weibo. Again, they have the sauce. I don't know what this Weibo team, doesn't matter what variation of the roster it is, even though we've seen this one for a little bit of time now.
They are in the area. Breathe will have his TP available in just a few seconds, so this definitely should be a fight. Watch for a potential death push. If they can get on Crisp, that's massive.
It's already down half health. Tuo is waiting in the bush. Scout is behind this all as Breathe is there. Rift Herald is the focus out. Shu is not going to make his entrance just yet.
Malignant's really giving her a ton of combat power over that Rella.
He just steps back up into the... Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, Xiaohu, you kind of walked into the devil's mouth right there. That's all I'm going to say. He saw them there, walked up, still died. They do still keep pressure on bot side, though, so they should get this tier 2. As Tian goes for the kill, and Xiaohu, they might have enough damage here as Breed tries to get in there with the flash. It's going to be traded immediately. And that will be the response as Scout takes that upper turret. He is going to get the TP on bot side, but he's alone. The rest of the team is trying to make their way over here, but Scout doesn't have the health bar for this. Those Duos coming over. They're going to lock down Tian. Tian's getting low. The bailout's going to be there, but look how much healing he gets from the Sundered Sky. They can't kill him. They can't get in range. Sun is going to sacrifice his life like a sacrificial lamb, and JDG get nothing from their deal with the devil. It's Weibo Gaming that come up aces in that fight. Synergy. And here in game 2, it's on full display. They're going to be using the Rift Herald play in mid lane for JDG at least. They're going to get it denied again. As that's 2 games in a row that the Rift Herald literally gets nothing from JDG. And
JDG making a play potentially on the Xiaohu.
Oh, they might actually. Well, he's going to get the flash, though, but the Abscond Duck hits as well. They get the Decimating Smash and a fadeaway boomerang. Ends up getting Scout the kill in the end. They do get the side lane play, and JDG gets something back.
Yeah, you had to be able to get gold somewhere, but again, this is the problem with York. You can't go down in gold against York, because he's just going to take free turrets on the top side, and now Otacon control is entirely in favor of Weibo.
A angle, if you have that kind of lead, you can just force it. And it doesn't even feel like there's going to be a response. They're going to get side lane turret for it, but they're going to move in here, trying to get something back from the fight, actually. But the Atacon's already gone, and now you've overextended yourself. Wind becomes lightning. Duo does not have any tankiness. He's going to pop the Unbreakable there, but Tian is just chunking him with the glaive. Be that hypercare we've all feared before. But right now, he's not at that position. And Weibo on, and they want to pounce. They go straight on the show. He misses everything, and he will just be cut apart like the scorpion he is. As Weibo looking for another play to go for it onto Pays. Pays instantly cleanses. That was a really nice Captain Jack, but he still loses 3/4 of his health and the outer tower in mid lane.
Pays has to Captain Jack, Spell Shield, and Ultimate just to stay alive even a little bit in this fight, and it's not even over. The siege continuing to go down onto the mid lane tower. There's no room for a lack of execution here, and JDG continuing to struggle. Weibo continuing the push.
A little bit of a bluff there from Xiaosu, who does get called by Weibo. They're going to try to get the back initiated by Pays, but they're losing the turret, and now Dragon is spawning in 40 seconds. They're going to take all of the camps here as they walk out of the jungle. And this doesn't even look close. Dragon's going to be started up by JDG. They're going to move away from it now, and Weibo going to move in front position of this fight.
Scout teleport onto the very back end of this fight. If Weibo pulled the trigger now, it could be doable, but I don't want to make any major mistake here. Maiden just taking up so much on the front of this line.
It's so crazy.
It's insane. Dragon down to 5K.
The flank. They don't see Duo. Duo flying the fight. He doesn't get the combo. Goes into the flash play, the pulverize, but the headbutt. It's not enough. And Dragon went the way of Light. That is soul completed. And Weibo are trying to fight this one out. Look at Light go. He's flashing. He's dashing. He's looking for his angle, but it's JDG that take the team fight. They lose the soul, and they only get 2 kills off it. Maybe a third one, but now you're taking a sustained fight into Tian, who wants to get back a little bit of gold. Here comes Light is here. Back with the smite play. He's beautifully sniping the line, and Xiaoshu's gonna get taken. Oh, he misses the Q in the end, but he still gets the kill. Weibo find a way in the end to almost completely ace JDG 25 minutes in.
Chaotic. Nice effort from JDG, but the Baron now going down for Weibo. Not only do they have Ocean Soul, not only do they have Baron, they have control over the entire map. I think we're looking at a game end that could... Yeah, this is exactly why you pick it, for sure.
Oh. And this
Never
is
mind.
also why you pick it. 12's gonna get caught on the back end of it. Now TP, or at least a flank coming in from TN. He wants this angle. He wants to wait wind to become lightning one more time. The flash play on the Shun. He tries to get the big impale play, but the hostile takeover hits again. Shun going low, going down. Now the Atacon is starting to explode all over everything. And Weibo, they want to finish this game strong. They have the Baron buff. They have all the strength in the world. And they're about to make a mark on this matinee series against JDG.
Weibo Gaming control every second of this series and prove that anyone who's doubting them as a real threat here in the LPL needs to reevaluate as they go into the kill shot. Oh my God.
Please give Crisp the MVP, give him everything, pay him all the money, because this Renata was disgusting. It might not have 100% KP, but you just look back to that Dragon play and that perfectly timed hostile takeover as Dwo goes in for the big play, the big redemption moment for JDG, and it did not matter. Weibo, they've borne their fangs. Xiaohu might start looking like a saber-tooth after all, and they're looking to finish this season strong against JDG as they start off their back-to-back series with a 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.